Underdog Fantasy Pick'em, NBA, Friday. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, back with an Underdog Fantasy Pick'em video. We got NBA, big NBA slate on our hands. I'm going to do an NFL one later on today. Got a lot of games on Saturday, so we're going to be talking about those. Teams that are sitting guys and whatnot. So I want to get that video out soon. But hey, we're going to keep knocking out these Underdog videos. If you do not have an Underdog Fantasy account, make sure you use that promo code CashKeg and get yourself 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description below. And if you like these videos, you want to see more Underdog videos, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like button for me. It means a lot, and we'll just keep knocking these videos out and hopefully provide you a little bit of value. And with that, let's dive right in and talk about some plays. All right, we have the desktop version up here for Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. We're going to pull up a few plays, talk about 3 plays that I do like. They pulled down one, so we're going to have to pick out a separate play here. But I'm going to talk about the first 2 plays. And also, I'm going to kind of show you a tool that we have that's kind of built in. It's a custom bot we had built that kind of pulls in something from our PlusEV, truEV, and our DiddyEV tools that will automatically ping your Discord. So if you have a certain subscription within Patreon and you link in the Discord, you're going to get this bot. Let me show you what this bot is real quick. So this is actually one of the plays I wanted to play, but they've already took it down. So one of the things is, anytime this is at a certain threshold, this comes directly, all these lines come directly from our model, and this will come up and it will ping you in our Discord if you have the $25 subscription. It pulls everything in, and it'll just kind of tell you when the best plays are going to hit. So you don't have to have that thing open all the time. It's automatically going to push you right there. So one thing to mention, just if you want something like this, and if you look, the 5.5, we come down to Miami, and it's just gone already. Like, they've already took it off the board, 5.5 rebounds. So, I was too busy prepping for this video, or I would have got it in already. But another one that I do like is actually on the same team here. And I'm actually going to go Jimmy Butler, and I'm going to go lower than 20.5 points here. Now, the juice is on the under around -125, -130 on some of the books, and some of the offshore books, it's even higher than that. So it's one of those things where he's only cleared this number in 3 of his last 8 games. Phoenix is ranked 9th in points allowed, 4th in three-pointers allowed. Not that he shoots a lot of threes at all. And he only put up 16 points against these guys earlier this year on November 14th. Now, Phoenix is without some of their guys. Miami's favored by 1.5. But Miami can do a lot of different things. They have Jimmy Butler, they have Bam, they have Lowry. And Jimmy has no problem being a facilitator, being a rebounder, just being the glue on that team. So he doesn't always have to score. And those 2 of the 3 games he went over in points were both against the Lakers and then 1 against the Spurs. So I do like taking the lower on Jimmy Butler. I don't think they need his scoring as much this game. I think we'll see it more, out of Bam. We'll see it more out of some of the other guys. So it's just kind of one thing I wanted to mention and one play that I do like. The next one I like is actually on a hammer game. And that's coming down, and it's Thomas Bryant. I like higher than 14.5 points here. He's been pretty good over, the last stretch of games. We got no Anthony Davis, and on the opposite side, there's no Clint Capella, clogging that rim up a little bit. So having Thomas Bryant at 14.5 points, he's cleared this in 4 of his last 5 games, putting up 21 against Orlando, just 11 against Miami, but then 19 against Atlanta. This is the same team that they played back on December 30th, and then 18 and then 21 against Miami. So, if we kind of look at the stats on Atlanta's defense, they're ranked 22nd in points allowed, 21st against center defense, and 20th in field goal percentage allowed. So it's a team that you can definitely score on. Atlanta plays pretty high pace, 8th in the association. And I think it's a spot that he can score points. We got a close spread, -2.5 for Atlanta, 242 over under. So this game will get up and down, and I have no problem at all looking at him taking these points at that perspective. Kind of look at some other guys that have scored on him. Nikola Vucevic on December 21st scored 20 points against Atlanta, went over. Miles Turner scored 18 on December 27th. which was over when his mark was sitting at 14.5. And like I said, Thomas Bryant scored 19 back on December 30th. Heck, even Kevon Looney scored 14 points in these guys, and that guy does not score. So you can definitely score on these guys. I do like this. And like I said, we got to have to kind of find a third play that we do like. And one of the things, one of the plays I do like is one that I mentioned in a different video, and that's Kyle Kuzma higher than 22.5 points. Like I talked about him before, with no Bradley Beal, it's just a spot, against OKC where I think he can get it done. It just comes down to the shots with him, right? So it's either Kyle Kuzma or the other one I like a lot was Jakob Poeltl. Now it's 10 rebounds here. I liked it better on PrizePicks at 9.5, but I'm still okay if you want to take the 10 on him as well. For Jakob Poeltl, he's a spot where even at 10 rebounds, I think he can get it done. Like I mentioned in the other video I did, Detroit is ranked 24th in rebounds allowed, 18th in offensive rebounds allowed, 23 in defensive rebounds allowed, and 27th against the center position. So it all comes down to minutes with Pop, but if they tend to run big and Jalen's out there on the other side of him, or any of the guys like Isaiah, any of those guys they run out there, he's going to have some minutes. So I'm hoping that he, gets, high 20s minutes, because I think he can get there. I said the juice is on the over at minus 140 on the 9.5 rebounds. So it's just a spot where I don't mind taking those two. Those two are my the plays I don't mind taking. Like I said, this has already been moved from 9.5, 22.5. I still like with Kuzma, but these are probably two of my favorite plays, more so on the Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. One thing I want to mention here, so if you got 4 plays like this, if you do you can't miss any of these. One thing they do have is this insurance play. You can turn this on, then you only get paid 6x out if you have these 4 plays, but 1.5 if you miss one. So I highly recommend doing this if you have 5 plays or 4 plays. I don't like using the insurance if it's to 3, but if you do have 5 or 4, I highly recommend using it, because it is hard to hit a 5 or 4 each and every time, and it'll help your bankroll long term. And again, if you do not have an account, make sure you head on over, use the link in the description below, and use that promo code CashGig and get yourself that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. So with that, that's what we're looking at. I kind of looked at rivals a little bit, kind of see what we have. There's no rivals up so far for NBA, but for like NFL, we don't have rivals up either. But it's one of those things where, I'm sorry, we have them up for NFL. I had Jakob Poeltl pulled up. So one of the rivals things that's nice, if you want to pull up some of these, you're just basically going between. So like this is NHL. We'll have more of these for NBA. Usually in the afternoon they come out. And one thing that's nice is you're just picking between the 2 players, right? It doesn't matter so much what stats they get. Like here for shots, you're just picking one of these individuals to have more shots than the other one. So I like these for basketball. Love them for NFL. It's just kind of a nice, easy thing to pick one or the other, and all you're trying to do is outperform that other person. Now, sometimes they will get a boost on one side or the other. Like here, Jose's getting the one adjustment, but it's something that's real nice and easy to pick. And again, something that you look in the afternoon, you'll see more of these for the NBA side of things. So again, with that, appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Hit that like button on your way out, and have a fantastic Friday. And like always, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.